Hello, Dash here again. This time we are back and we are going to be doing the Starter Deck 3 Zeon's Rush playtesting, testing out the merged deck variants. Before we get started into that, let's go ahead and just take a look at how the deck is composed in its vanilla form. So, starting off, you got the 1/1 cost. It has a 1/2. This actually is kind of better than some of those blockers, even though it doesn't have any effect. It can trade with at least two of those. Same with the Zaku 1. Both of these are kind of just bodies to put out on the field, and when it has 2 HP, it can trade with some of those blockers and still take a hit, but that's only going to be useful like early game depending on those. Otherwise, that 2 HP really doesn't make much of a difference. The Gazadi sleeves, those are the first cards that we see, and they have the support ability. So you can play this on a turn, and on that first turn, you can activate it. So you're going to rest a unit, and you're going to give another unit on your field +2 attack. Zaku 2, this is a great card, especially if you're going second. You can play this card and then swing at base the next turn, because every time it swings, it gets +2 AP. So it's significant for a 1-cost unit to be able to come out and swing for 3. Obviously, when it gets attacked, it's only going to take 1 damage, but definitely a staple for this deck. Char Zaku 2, this is like one of those weaker LRs that's in the structure decks at this point, but it has a very important effect. So when it gets destroyed, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you reveal one Zeon or Neo Zeon unit card among those and add it to your hand. So that's a way to get some more cards to your hand, and you can still do some damage with it too. Garazulu, another great card. It has a Neo Zeon link if you need it for full frontal or even Angelo. But even then, it's a 3/2 for cost 2, so nice to have in that early game. Goof, it's a 2/3, and it deploys a rested 1/1 Zaku unit. The trouble with these Zaku tokens that you get is that from both Goof and Foulmail, they both come in rested, so they're easy targets, especially because they only have 1 HP. So one of those 1 AP blockers could just swing into them before you even get a chance to use them. Granted, the purpose is you get more bodies on the field, and your opponent has to spend resources and cards to go after those units. Angelo's Garazulu, same as the Gazadi, it has the support ability, but it's a lot more beefier of attacker, so it has the 3/3, and it links with Angelo. This is the card of the deck, Sinaju. So if you have it paired, so it doesn't even have to be with full frontal, it gains high maneuver. What's high maneuver? High maneuver means that you can't be blocked, and you can go straight for the shield area, which is very important for this card, because every time you destroy an enemy shield area card with this unit, you deal 2 damage to 1 enemy unit on the field. So there's no reason that you would be wanting to swing at a unit. You're always going to be targeting the base. Actually, that's kind of the whole idea of this whole deck. You want to get as many units out on the field, and you just want to get the advantage on the shield in life, because at that point, once you get that lead, you're pretty much forcing your opponent to whittle down your field so that you can't keep attacking. So basically, you want to get as much of a lead beforehand once you get to the level 6, and if you have this card and full frontal in your hand, that's going to be a 7/6. And of course, when you pair full frontal, you get to deploy 1 Neo Zeon or Zeon unit from your hand that's level 4 or less for no cost. So you could put out an Angel's Garazulu, Goof, Charzaku. You could put any of these units up here out for no cost if they're in your hand once you get this. So it's a really nice play. Foulmail and Rellua, I'm not going to worry about pronunciation, but these are the 2 bases. This one, when it comes out, you deploy a rested Charzaku 3/1 token, and this one just comes out and it does 1 damage to an enemy with 5 or less AP. So this one kind of is it's very like you get to do 1 damage, sure. I would rather have the 3/1 token personally because it's a buy on the field that your opponent has to account for. Like there's not many situations where you're gonna need just that 1 damage, possibly, but you never know. Close combat. This is a great command card. It can be used as the action phase, and all you do is you play it. You do 2 damage to any unit. So really nice. You can clear a lot of units off the field with this. Indignation. If you use the command ability for this, you give a unit +2 AP. This is also an action card. So if your opponent swings in you and you don't have enough AP, but you have the resources to play this, it's a great card to just play from hand and make a unfavorable trade into a favorable one. Blue Giant also sometimes has its use. It's very... So the only problem with this card is it can only be done during the action phase, and you choose one enemy unit that's being attacked, let's say during that turn or battle, and it can't take damage from any unit with 2 or less AP, which isn't a lot of cards once you get later in the game, so this usefulness just goes out the window. Otherwise, it's a 1/1 pilot, so there is some benefit there. But let's say you have 2 Zeon Rush decks. This is what Bandai recommends you make out of the deck. So obviously a 4/4 for the Sharzaku-chu and Shinanju. You're going to be getting rid of the Droxys. Just, a 1/2. You already have the... God, I'm losing my place. Oh, you already got the Zaku 1. So you don't need another level 1 cost 1 body. Obviously you want the Sakuchus and you want the Goofs. I think that's like pretty much they didn't drop any of those other cards. They dropped Indignation and put 2 of the Blue Giant. Honestly, I would replace Blue Giant with Indignation. I think you're going to get a lot more use out of this. Plus it has the link capability with Garazulu and Angelo's Garazulu, so you have 2 units it can link with, and that's significant, right? And the base of choice is that Ralua. I don't care about pronunciation. Don't get on me about that. But once again, you're only doing 1 damage. I personally would want that Charzaku too. It makes them maybe burn a command card like, let's say, Hayato's deal 1 damage to a rested unit, or they have to swing into it. But either way, that's 3 AP. And the usefulness of this comes if it's their last attacker, they attack your shield area, and it's this card. Well, guess what? Now you have a 3/1 attacker on your next turn ready to go, because that's going to get unrested once they end their turn. So let's go ahead. We're going to do this what we always do. We're going to go through all 4 of the vanilla starter decks against this suggested build. I still would do Foul Mail, but I'm going to use what Bandai suggested. So let's get this started. And I am starting the game, so I'm not going to get that use of this turn. But I'm still going to keep it. There's not many crazy cards in my hand. I can live with, playing this card in the next turn. If I really wanted to, maybe I could even play the close combat, but I'm going to hold on to that and just get the Zaku 2 so I can swing in the base right when I come out. Or they got me with the gun tank. That happens too. Now I have to rethink how I'm going to do this. Let's just put a goof out. Why not? And of course, now they're getting everything they need right away. This is a horrible start. And there's really not many units left in my hand. Like, I can do this. I can burn this to get rid of that. And I can play Gaza. Or maybe I guess I could have done the Ralula. Close combat. It's going to be redundant to put it on this because it's going to repair at the end of the turn. So you want to put it on the other unit at this point. Which then I can play this and ping that for 1 damage and get the KO. So that's what we're going to do. But what I really need are some unit cards at this point. So let's see what I hopefully get from that. Another Gazadi. That's not good. Do much for me. We'll just have to do the Girazulu for the moment. And I'm just going to hold. So I'm really in a bad situation with this deck already for the fact that I couldn't really rush any units onto the field. They control... That's what makes ST01 so great. They can control the field. They can just lock you down and stop you from doing too much with your hand. So we could probably just do... Because... wait. That's rested, so that's not going to make a difference. Alright. I think I got the idea. So we will activate this. So we'll do the support 2. Give this 4 AP. And we'll just attack in the Gundam with that. And get the trade-off. And, of course... They get out of it with the skin of their ass, and I'm gonna have to. I have to get the trade off. Like, I can't let that unit sit there. I've already taken too many shield loss. I really want a full frontal. I'm not getting a full frontal, so I might have to just pair it with Char at this point. Oh wait. Let's pair Char with this. And then I can just trade off. No, that's not going to give me any use. But I get use of his ability, which there's only one option here, which is going to be the Girazulu. Another body I can just at least get all on the field. And this isn't going to give me any use as an action card. I might as well just use it as a pilot. That way it can trade with this. But we're going to just finally destroy their base. This has been a horrible start for this kind of deck. But let's just hope that they can't get any more units out, really. Ah, there's full frontal. Oh my god. Alright. And I don't have a unit I can play with that. So, obviously, we're going to do that. Always attack the shield with Sinaju. And let's just see if we can make a comeback here. Because I can get another Sinaju out next turn. You know, go ahead, because I'm going to ping you with Sinaju on the next turn. Oh, they got the Zoar. Oh, I got high maneuver. That's not going to matter. Alright, let's just rush the field. This is how it's done. And once again, do this. I mean, this Zoar isn't a threat. I can handle that because this has high maneuver. So I can keep going past it. And now we have 2 units with high maneuver. So honestly, let's just get rid of their Gundam. We can swing with both of these. And then they can try to block with this. If they do, it's going to be a trade. But that leaves me open with the token. And there's nothing they can do. This is GG. See? I'm just going to end it with the Zaku. So, that was a bad start, but we ended up coming back. And that's the power of the Zeon Rush deck, that you can just overwhelm your opponent with pure numbers. Now let's do it against Weeds of Advancement. I mean, I do have play right here. Yeah, we are not going to take a mulligan here. Because I got turn 1 here, and then turn 2. So. I mean, I could probably just link this. or not link it, but attach. And it'll, okay. Yeah, let's do it. The whole idea of this deck is to do as much damage early as possible. And when you do the Char pair, anytime he swings, you get the +1 AP. So. And this would be a trait. Well, actually, no, he can survive that. That plus 1 HP makes a difference. So. We'll do that. This is a body that can get another body. And we'll swing at life. Oh, they got a Zex in hand. Ooh, that's a beefy boy right there. And they're giving him breach. But I'll be able to ping that, so. Okay, maybe, this space isn't as bad early game, especially, and then in these situations where your opponent leaves themselves with 1 HP. I got the Zaku. I'm just going to attack with both. It's just better. Oh, they got the siege ploy. Okay. I'm drawing all my Zex, but I'm not drawing anything else. Oh, man. Well, if I do this, I can break their base. So let's just do that. No. If he attacks either of these units, both of them are going to destroy this. But of course... Oh, it's not a link, so he's not going to get the draw 1. Or he can just go for base 2. I can handle that. Oh, and there's a Wing Gundam. That's going to be the threat here. Oh, and we just drew right into the Sinaju. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. This deck doesn't have any blockers I need to worry about, but even then, I can do this. So we're going to just do it. And ping 2 damage here. And we're going to make them go for us, right? I want them on the back foot. So their choice is going to be to destroy my units on their next turn. Because if they leave one open, it's going to destroy all of them. So if they can't get a unit out, that can... Well, might as well. It's the only thing I can do with that close encounter. Oh. Well, they got lucky there. So... Maybe I shouldn't have rushed in all my units. Oh! Perfect top deck. Look at that. Sinaju, Link, and GG. Alright. That's 2 wins. I love the Zeon Rush deck. It's a really good one, especially if you get your starter deck event and that's what you get. Once again, I'm going second. So this Zaku 2 is a perfect way to start off the game. So we are not going to take the mulligan. Yep, so we'll go ahead, just play that. That's the kind of situation you do want this Gaza D for. You can turn those weak units into something that can crack an EX base early game. We'll just... Do we want... no, because we can just get this out, get another body, and I will crack their base too. War of attrition here. Might as well do this just to give him a little bit more HP. He'll survive this at least. It's not the preferable option here. I'm just trying to look at my options and take their bodies out. Look at all those low-cost units he can just flood the field with at this point. Like, I can do this just to get rid of Char. Might as well. But my shield is open. There's not much I can do. They got their rush essentially out before I could. That's the bigger threat, so nice burst. The only thing I can do is swing for 3. But swing for 3 at a unit that's going to trade into me, or swing for 3 at something that'll do 1 damage, but then these will clean me up. Or I can activate. I could crack their base just to get it out of the way, so maybe I'll do that. And they get their close encounter, or close combat. It's... If this isn't a base, it's GG. Yeah, that's GG. Little quick game. And then they throw in the base card just for insult. Alright, let's finish this off with Sea Strike. Now this might be a hand, especially because I'm going first. So I'd have to wait 3 full turns before I can do anything with this hand. I'm going to take the mulligan. And we got turn 1 play. So mulligan was worth it. And they're already burning their EX resource. They got a decent card out of it, but I mean, the only thing, I might as well just put 1 damage out. It's about the only thing I can do. He's going to trade into this, leaving himself with 1 HP, but I mean, it's either that or I let him break my EX base the next turn. Because what I can do is put this out, and now I can ping this. I still lose my base, or my EX base, but I can destroy that, and bam. Yeah, let's do that. Play that. And we'll do that. Just get a token out. And swing 2, which will become 3. But it'll let him, if that Mobius attacks this, it can survive the attack. Unless he puts out Kira and just absolutely demolishes me. That Striker pack is such a good command card too. Alright. Let's put that Zeon out. Do I want to just bait the blocker first? Let's see if he'll take the bait. He did not. That was a stupid play by me. But then, now we can do this. Give him 3. This will bait the blocker. Or not. They're holding on to that blocker. Okay. I was expecting them to just fall into that ploy. Kira, man. Kira just comes in and just demolishes you. Oh. I got the cards I need. So just to get more units on the field, more bodies. So we have to swing that shield if we want to make full use of this. Now, where do I leave the Chew damage on? I think I'll do it there. 3 HP I can handle. I mean, they both had 3 HP. That's the problem. It's kind of like it's like choose your own poison, right? Either way, one of these units was going to attack me, and it was going to be a trade regardless. And that one, so this is my idea here. Leaving that 1 HP here, I can use that token to swing into it and at least trade off. So we'll do that. And that. Attack with the token. Just get the trade. And we'll make them burn the blocker here. Personally, I probably would just be using Launcher Strike here. I mean, 4 AP is nice, but then the little AP is like really nice. Like, you only need like 2 AP to trade with this or most of the other units in the Zaku deck. Well, I get to play Zaku 1 for free, not like I had any other plays available to me. See, like, sure. Oh, they could just block with. Okay. I'm gonna make them burn one of those blockers. So, or no. Okay, they're gonna keep both blockers. Okay, that I guess I could have just put the 2 damage somewhere else. Full frontal. Okay, we'll make this a 3/4. Another full frontal. All right. So, once again, they can't block. We'll get rid of Ale Strike. That's the bigger threat, honestly. And they have to block here, so we are going to make them block. And let's see. if I can get a base here, I might seal it. But if I don't get a base or top deck... Okay. Perfect. Let's get rid... This is the one that has the threat, right? Ugh. I mean, this isn't gonna... There's no way I win this at this point, right? I can do this. I could trade into that. They get a unit out. And then now they're going to swing into my life next turn. So, that's how it kind of crumbles out sometimes. Unfortunately, we lose that one. But got some good games in there, and you kind of get an idea of what to expect from the Zeon Rush deck. And finally, the next video is going to be the Siege Strike Gun deck. But as always, I appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and leave any feedback down below, and I'll see you all in the next time, next video. Goodbye.